Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on betkraft. Another very beautiful week, a new week. It's another wonderful Monday morning, and we are back with our games. We look at football matches, making predictions on each of the matches. Using the recent results for each of the teams. That's what we'll do on a daily basis, and exactly what we're going to do in a very very short while. Okay, before we head on, remember to subscribe if you've not done that, so that you don't miss out on our predictions. Also, you can always you can share as well as like the video so that you will get to reach more audience. And also know that we have our VIP special group where we put our games that have a high probability of coming out correctly. We won our games there yesterday. All the 5 games we put out there yesterday, we won it. So that's how good we were, yesterday. So also remember, you can always find the link to join the VIP in the description of this very video, as well as anywhere you see join channel membership around this very video. With that said, we head to the business of today. We start with the very first game. It is in the English Premier League. We have Wolverhampton Wanderers will be up against Manchester United. And looking at the stats for Wolverhampton, it's a very, very poor start for them. And the last 6 games that they had so far, sort of losing all 6 out of 6. For Manchester United, their away side have won 2 games and 3 draws. They've lost just one in the last 6 matches. Okay. And when you take a look at the performances for home and away basis, you can see for the home side, the Wolves have actually had 2 victories and 1 draw in the last 10 home matches that they had. They've lost 7 games out of last 10 home matches. Still very poor result, having lost 70% of the matches that they played from home. And for the away side, Manchester United, the last 10 away games that they had, so them winning 3 and drawing 4. They've actually lost 3 games from away. And on head-to-head basis, last time both teams met, it was actually Wolves who won on that very occasion, beating Manchester United by 1-0. And as a matter of fact, the last 2 meetings, Wolves won those 2 meetings. And in this very one, actually, Manchester United, their side will be looking to, make amends for those losses. But also judging by the form of the 2 teams, we definitely expect their side, Manchester United, to have an easy day today and win out shortly. It is a win. That's all value for that very encounter. We head to the next game for today. It is in the Denmark Superliga. The top flight league in Denmark. We have Vejle who will be up against the Brøndby. And looking at the stats for these two sides, you can see Vejle winning 2 matches and losing 4 games out of the last 6 games that they have so far. And Brøndby, on the other hand, have won 3 games and they've also lost 3 games out of the last 6 recent encounters for Brøndby, their away side. And we're looking at how this side fared from home and away perspective. You can see Vejle, the last 10 home matches they had, produced 3 victories and 2 draws. They also lost 5 matches out of the last 10 home appearances. And for Brøndby, on the other hand, they've had 5 victories in the last 10 away matches. And we saw them drawing 1 match and also losing 4 matches. And when you look at how these two sides fared on head-to-head basis, the last time both teams met, it was Brøndby who actually won against Vejle on that very occasion. It was a 2-1 victory for Brøndby. And prior to that, we also saw Brøndby doing very well against this very side, also achieving a 2-1 victory against Vejle. And also judging by the recent form, we are going to expect to see their away side also doing very well here and winning against the Vejle side, who have actually not done very well in recent games. So we expect our away side winning outrightly. That's all ready for that very encounter. Head to Spanish Liga, where we have Osasuna who will be up against Levante. All right, and looking at Osasuna, the last 6 games saw them winning 2 and drawing 2 matches. They also lost 2 out of the last 6 games that they had. And for the away side, Levante, we saw 2 victories, but also they lost 4 matches out of the last 6 games that they had so far. All right, when you take a look at their performances from home and away basis, you can see that Osasuna have actually done pretty much, far more better. In the last 10 home matches that they had so far, they've actually won 7 games and a draw, and they've had 2 losses in the last 10 home matches for Osasuna. And for the away side, on the other hand, they've actually, Levante have managed to win 4 matches. They've had 2 draws, but have lost 4 matches in the last 10 away games. All right. And looking into the performances from head-to-head basis, you could see the last time both teams met, it was Osasuna who won that very occasion. It was a 3-1 victory for Osasuna on that very occasion. Comfortable victory for them. And prior to that, we saw a 0-0 draw. And Osasuna also won, a match before that second game. They also won from away against Levante by 1 goal to 0. And that's to say that in recent games, out of the last 3 matches that they had so far, Osasuna have actually won on on 2 occasions out of 3, and have had just 1 draw. Levante have not done much against this very side in the last 3 games. So in this very encounter, we are going to the home side, who have actually won 70% of the home games, to do very well and win outrightly and come out victors in this one. So it is Osasuna, the home side, to win. That's what we expect for that very encounter. Home win, that's our verdict. All right, lastly is a game in Italian Serie B. We have Monza, who will up against Südtirol. All right, and for Monza, in the last 6 games, we saw 5 victories and 1 draw out of the last 6 games. They are in good form, at the moment. And for the away side, Südtirol, they managed 3 draws and 3 losses in the last 6 games. They've not been able to win a single game out of those, 6 games that they had. Südtirol Bolzano on that very occasion. So we look at how this side fared from home and away. But as you can see, for the home side, Monza, in the last 10 home matches, how have they fared? You could see that they've actually had 6 wins out of the last 10 home matches. They've drawn 1 game out of the last 10 home games, and they had 3 losses out of those 10 home matches that they had so far. Monza. And for the away side have managed just 1 victory out of the last 10 away matches. They've had 7 draws in those 10 away games that they had so far, but I've also lost 2 matches out of those, and that's to tell you that this is a side that most of the time their matches have resulted to a draw. The draws have been featuring in their games in most of the time. All right, when you look at how these two sides fared, the last time both teams met, it was a 0-0 draw on that very occasion, and we also saw another 3-3 draw between these two sides, prior to that very 0-0 draw. That tells you that a lot of draw occurs between these two sides. But here, going with the form of Monza, I'm still going to expect to see a victory for the home side, who actually is topping the league at the moment in Serie B. We definitely expect to see them, doing very well against the Südtirol, who are among those in the bottom placed, positions. So we do expect to see home side winning outrightly once again. It is home win. That's our verdict for that very encounter. And that concludes it for us today on betkraft. We wish you the very best of luck and hope you to get goals green. Remember to play responsibly, as these are football matches. Sometimes may not always result to what was expected. That being said, play with what you can afford to lose. All right. Also note that other games that we have for you today will be on our VIP. Remember, we won most times on the VIP matches that we put out there. You can always find the link in the description of this very video to help you join VIP special, as well as anywhere you see join channel membership around this very video. With that said, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back, but until that time, keep on in.